Appreciate it. Good evening, good afternoon, good morning, wherever we are from. To be honest, I'm in a spot. Yeah. And guess how I got here? I got a phone call saying that, hello, yes. Mr. Vidhyarthi, yes. Would you like to be in a spot? Yes. How come? They never told me that this spot is actually going to be rectangular. But fair enough. I love spots. I get caught in them once in a while. It started many years back. You know, when I was a kid, there was this wonderful thing called being a 15-year-old. Any one of you 15 here? Okay, a couple, right? A couple who are not. Rest are 16, getting better, warmer, great. So growing up in the 80s in Delhi, and you are 15 or 16, and people ask you on a Sunday afternoon, so beta, what do you want to do? What do you want to do? Yeah? What do you want to do? Actually, I came here for lunch. Yeah, sure. Food is there, but what do you want to do? Now, it's good to laugh about it there, sitting there, but it's very uncomfortable. And then you somehow evade them and reach somewhere else, and auntie greets you, how are you? So, what do I want to do? Yeah. So the questions were there, all over. One after the other, wherever you want to dodge, you want to meet somebody else, you get good marks, and somebody says, oh, congratulations. So what do you want to do now? Or you get pathetic marks. So? What do you want to do, beta? What do you want to do? Now, one really wanted to run away from the midst of all this. But guess, run where? Everywhere the same question was there. What do you want to do? I want to become an actor. Actor! Actor? What's an actor? You want to become an actor? Huh. To be honest, seriously, nobody ever said that to me. Actor, do you want to be an actor? How can you be an actor? Nobody ever said that. I'm making it up. You know why? I actually never told anyone that I want to become an actor. I was 15 but smart. Please. You don't do this stuff in front of adults. You don't tell them, I want to be an actor. No way. I would say, I want to be in the merchant navy. Merchant navy. You know, just far. Not just in the high seas, not just far that way. It was far from most people. Most people didn't know much about it. Merchant navy. Except that it sounded good, huh? Merchant navy, huh? Very good. So at least they would stay away from me and not ask that question all the time. But something interesting came out of that question itself. I was the single child, the only child of extremely protective parents. They would really take care of me. They would fret for me. They would be concerned for me. They would be very worried for me, but they would love me. They would really take care of me, you know. They would see that I'm not worried. But these uncles and aunts and people whom I would meet anywhere in gatherings, they made sure that I started pondering. So what did I want to be? What do I want to do as I grow up? One of the goals that I got after the first of the fixes and the spots that I got into. Throughout my life since then, I have discovered how that proverbial being caught in a spot, in a fix, in a tight spot, how there is gold in that. So I knew I wanted to be an actor, so I decided that I'll train myself. Fast forward, I move on to college. I study history at the Delhi University Hindu College, and I start doing theater with some amazing stalwarts in Delhi. So daytime used to be college, symposiums, and all the seminars, etc. Evening with theater stalwarts. So when you do theater, when you're a young greenhorn doing theater with, stalwarts. You know what you do, how you do theater? You carry tea for them. And you cyclo-style scripts for them. You don't know what's cyclo-styling, right? You don't know, huh? You don't. No, you don't. Tell me what's cyclo-styling. You don't. Admit it. I'll tell you what it is. It is it's one of the forefathers of what you now call a printout. Can you just shoot a printout for me? That time you didn't shoot a printout. You typed out something. Somebody typed it out for you on a stencil. They took it out, and then it was, and papers used to be coming out like that. That's called cyclo-styling. So when one started out to do theater with stalwarts, one started doing all this, giving tea to people, getting scripts cyclo-styled, and dropping people off in DTC buses, so accompanying them as they dropped off. But something very interesting came out of that too for me. Here, I was wanting to be an actor, and I was in the midst of theater stalwarts, and I was doing everything except acting. And that's when an amazing ad happened, an advertisement. It was an advertisement by Tata Steel. Does any one of you recall a particular very interesting ad series that still continues? That ad series had got many images of Tata, people who are working with Tata Steel, and at the end of it, it said, "We also make steel. Hum ispat bhi banate hain." What opened up for me was that, guess what, Ashish? You are also going to be an actor. You're also a son. You're also a brother. You're also going to be a partner. You're also going to be a traveler. You will be many, many things. And that is what opened up for me that I am a multifaceted person and not just an actor. Years later, I landed up in Mumbai looking for work. That time it was Bombay. And I entered my first house, a flat that I had hired. Actually, it was a room with a kitchen within and a washroom within. Within 20 days, I had to leave that place because my landlord actually thought that I'm doing some mumbo jumbo. I would be learning lines, and he thought I'm doing some witchcraft. I used to be just learning lines. And he one day knocked and said, "Hello, क्या है?" "तो क्या है जी? जादू टोना करता है?" मैं कहा, "नहीं जी, जादू टोना करता है." So here this protected child who was taken care by his mother, father, is at midnight, his goods are thrown out. So again, I'm on the road, my stuff here, my deposit's still with him, so I'm really worried. My 10,000 rupees is still with him. How am I going to get a new place? But I have my luggage in my hands and my lines in my brain running. You know why the lines were running there? Because that was my screen test. Because initially, I had to be innovative, like most actors. We didn't have video tests that time. So somehow get into the director's or the producer's office. And you must know the right people. So I came to know some right people. Like, for example, I knew the receptionist at Vinod Chopra's office. Matangi साहब है क्या? हाँ आएंगे 2 बजे आ जाओ. Okay. So you should know the right people. I knew the spot boy of Mahesh Bhatt. So he would let me in. आज साहब इधर shooting कर रहे हैं. Come there. And I would go there and meet them and somehow catch their attention. You see, in life, it is very important for you to get how to grab attention. I knew that with my photographs, I'm not getting there. So I had to do something else. So I would wait outside his office and somehow try to grab his eye. He would go past. Again, I would do something. So basically, my parents never taught me all this. I was a good boy who would have breakfast. When he would fall ill, he would have soup. I was that kind of a good boy. And I would perpetually fall ill, always wanting to be taken care by my parents. But outside, I was in the rains, standing outside Mahesh Bhatt's office, or Vinod Chopra's office, or Ketan Mehta's office, trying to somehow get inside. For what? to give an audition, to reach their drawing room. Or, in fact, in one case, I reached their office and I lay down in a small room and gave an audition because there was very little space. I just lay down with a pillow there and I auditioned. You know, I'm speaking my lines. People are all standing there around me. Innovation was clear. It was clear for me. What all I had thought I had learned will not be of any use to me if I think that I can implant that totally. Life had to be different. Few years go past, I start getting roles. I even win a national award and win a screen award, and I'm walking on the road, people recognizing me, and then something else struck me. I started enjoying it. When people waved, I waved back, and it felt great. Some of my friends even told me, you know what, Ashish, your voice has changed. Instead of saying hi, you nowadays say hi. Instead of saying kaisa hai, you would say kaisa hai bhai. I'd become a little more reserved. You know, I had arrived. So there was something about me. I would not laugh easy. I would get really upset very quickly. I started feeling heavy. There were things happening. My shoulder started sagging. There were so many things happening. Have you ever noticed how people turn when they call you? Have you noticed? Some people will call out like this, hey, kaisa hai tu? Some people turn, hey, I'm good. Others will say, yeah, achha, kaisa hai tu? Great difficult learning. I had started getting that. I had to do something about it. And I did. You know what? Actually, life did. It gave me a knock. And it was a tough knock. I went through stuff. I didn't know what hit me. You know, something about reality and when you grow up, when you are a kid, you got parents telling you things and uncles and aunts telling you things. But when you grow up, life tells you things. And then you just have to be around to say, hello, yes, I'm listening. And I'm taking your call. I'm just grateful that I did take that call. I had a very interesting relationship with people. People have always inspired me. At different stages of life, I saw maybe my theater director, maybe a writer that I have been working with, maybe a brother whom I had some interaction with. And at that point, I remembered my father. My father, who was very close to me, but he existed as somebody whom I can never be like. So he was very distant. But at this point of time, I got him back into my life. He was in Delhi, I was in Mumbai, but I got him back into my life. And I said, if I'm going to take that leap, I'm going to take that leap being my father's child. And I brought in what was him into me. And so Ashish, who was an actor who had developed an attitude and a voice and a gait and a way of expressing himself which was alien to him, I got back my smile, which was my father's. So it took me a scenario in which I was caught in a wedge in a spot for me to step out. I surprisingly discovered something, that those same people who appeared scared of me actually started smiling back at me again, because I reached out. Because I was not scared of them any longer, because there was nothing that they could take away from me. All was ours. We were all part of a larger cosmos, what I love to call our universe. It was at one amazing space like that that I lost another amazing thing, which is so true and important for an actor, which is language. Isn't that odd? What do you think is the most important thing for an actor? Anybody? Language. Clear, right? And guess what? After having done about 60 odd films here in Hindi, I started working in South, in Tamil, Telugu, Kannada, Malayalam, none of the languages I spoke. After about 14 years, I'm about 250 or maybe 300 films old there. But I managed to do that work without having that or those languages with me. I developed a keen eye to observe. So, for example, I will go to a Tamil film and I notice that at a particular point they use a particular gesture. Why are you come? What are you doing? Where are we? You know, it's a simple gesture. Or say in some other culture, if somebody is angry, they have this notion of spitting. "Thu, kya kar raha hai tu?" Now, that could look very weird in some other culture. But in an apt culture at a right time, it makes sense. This actor at that point discovered that improvisation and being alert as to what is required when is what our life scenario is all about. And that is when I actually got connected to that this universe, which is all around me, is mine as much as I am its. So all that I needed to do in this interlude of mine, as I performed wherever I did, over these 12 languages that I do, I made friends. I made friends with myself. I made friends with people around me. I smiled at each possible opportunity. And I got that I connected with people. Long gone was that person who was only interested in wanting things for himself. I said, I am really here to share. This film is going to work for each one of us. And that is when I really got that if I have to leap and leap into my own universe, this universe shall hold me because it is mine. And I really got once and for all with clarity that this universe is available for me. All that I need to do is to make myself available to it. So each time somebody gives me a call and they say that we're going to put you in a fix, in a spot, I say, surely, please do. In fact, thank you for doing that, because then I can begin thinking again to take my next leap. Thank you very much.